Well, today we're going to take a little car ride around the village of Fenny, and we'll see about how done most of it is. It's a little rainy this morning. It wasn't until I got down there. By the way, today I'm doing this video a little differently because when I did the video, there were several people in the car with me, and they were doing an awful lot of talking. They don't cut video like I do, so they don't know that they have to kind of be quiet. They have to keep the radio turned off because I get copyrighted if music shows up on here that's not copyrighted. So anyway, I want to thank my Patreon members for their support of my Patreon channel. Because of them, I can afford to buy the equipment I need to do things like this, the voiceover. I never could do a voiceover before. And I'm learning how to do a lot of this stuff. It isn't something that you just pick up, plug in, and just start, talking away. Things have got to be downloaded, and it's got to be set. And I don't know how this is going to sound when I'm done, but I have played with it a little bit, and I kind of got a good idea. It's just like my news report on Friday. That was because of my Patreon members. Once again, I could afford to buy a wireless microphone, and I was playing with it. I had the volume on the box turned up to something like an 8. Well, after reviewing the content, it seemed to be a bit loud to me, and it was kind of almost on the muffled side, so I'm going to have to turn it down. So any of you that watch the Friday news, or maybe it's just next Friday, it might be Wednesday, question and answers on Wednesday. I did both of them at the same time. I did the news, and then I did the question and answer. So anyway, if it's coming up this next week, now that I think about it, I think it's this next week. Well, I don't know if it's next week because I don't know when I'm going to post this. It might be this week. So anyway, I know about it, so I'll work on it. But I want to thank my Patreon members. I got 4 new ones. The most recent ones anyway. Randy Woth, W-O-I-T-H, Woth. Andrea Daines. Jim McKelvin, McElveen, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, Jim, M-C-E-L-V-E-E-N, McElveen, and Mike Gregg. Thanks for joining the Patreon page. I appreciate it. You're going to get things here early than YouTube, and you're also going to get things depending what level you're at, but mostly all the Patreons get privileged information that I do not post on YouTube. And if you've just joined and you've had a chance to go through some of the older videos on Patreon, you've already found a couple. One talks about Sue, and those are just on Patreon. And I've asked all the Patreon members, do not make any kind of a comment or an email or anything like that on YouTube. We're just keeping it as private as we possibly can, and Patreon members are getting exclusive story about that. So you're also going to probably see this video early. As you can see, the rain quit. I rolled the window down because the window had drops all over it, so I just went ahead and rolled the window down. I already had the idea that I'm probably going to have voice over. That way I could cut out all the wind noise and all the jibber jabber going on in the car and the music on the radio. But as you can see, Fenny is pretty well developed. There isn't much left over there, if anything. They got beautiful homes. The only thing that I would point out about some of Fenny, you'll hear the rumors all the time. They say, and I hear it here, They say they don't like the way the lots are in Fenny. They're too small. They say the driveways are short. And in parts of Fenny, that's true. But if you'll look, these driveways aren't short. Those lots aren't small. They're about the same size as they are here in Hillsboro or anywhere else in this area. I specifically went down there to look. I think what happens, they go through one little section and they don't go through any other section of Fenny or any other neighborhood for that matter. And then they get an idea that this is the way the whole neighborhood is. But the lot size is right through that area there, and I wish I could tell you exactly where we were at. We drove around several streets. I don't know exactly where everybody's at. Now, those homes there, people are always asking if they can put a fence around their home because they see it in Fenny. If the house comes with a fence, you can have that fence. But here where I'm at, if I want a fence around my yard, let's say like that, I have to go to ARC and I have to ask for permission to do that. They're not going to give me permission to do that. I can just tell you that right now. That's something that's exclusive down basically in those areas where they have the verandas type structures. And that's what comes with a veranda. That's what comes with some of those designer neighborhoods is those fences. So if you want them fences, you have to go to those neighborhoods and buy those homes because they're not going to let me do that here. And I understand that logic. But all these homes, 2-car garage, golf cart garage, corner lot right there. Everybody likes a corner lot because they can add on to their house. They can add a swimming pool. They got room to do that. But as you can see, they've been down there now, some of them 2 years. Landscaping in a lot of the homes is in. Some of the landscaping is not updated yet, like that home there. It's still pretty much the way it was when he bought it. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just simply pointing things out. There's no landscaping done there. Now there is. See the stackable brick? He's had a tree planted on the corner. He's had some landscaping put in there. Nothing's been done there yet. A 2-car garage, golf cart garage, landscaping's been done. There's more landscaping that's been done. So it doesn't take long. When you move into a new neighborhood and you don't see a lot, you think, well, there's no shrubbery here, there's no trees, there's no palm trees, there's no this, there's no that. I hear that all the time too. You give it 5 years when you move in, and you'll be surprised at how fast people, when they buy trees here and have them planted, like that tree there, see the size of it? When you buy a palm tree to put in your yard, you're going to buy a palm tree either full grown or half grown. Almost nobody. There's another one. He just had that palm tree put in. Look at the size of it. That you have bushes put in your yard and things. The bushes, most people buy them already half grown. And so when they put them in, there's a 4-car garage. You don't find very many of those houses, but there's more of them down in the Fenny area. We also found one down there that had a 3 separate car garage and a golf cart garage. That was a 4-car garage. Seems to me somewhere down there we've seen one that had 2 2-car garages and a golf cart garage. I wish I had it. I'm jealous because a good sized garage is really, really nice. I don't have it, but I've told everybody that if you got the money, it's something to seriously consider. Get as big a garage as you possibly can afford. Now, I don't know exactly what mail station that is right there. Um, it looks like maybe mossy oaks or something. Um, I did a video where a guy had told me that all the mail stations up here is where we have the adult swimming pool. And that is true. And he was telling me that the adult pools down there are not located at the mail stations. I did get an email from someone telling me where the adult pools were down there, but it looks like the developers made a few changes down there. trying things out. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a different thing. So it's hard when somebody sends me an email saying, where's all the adult pools in Fenny? I don't know. Because like I've said 100 times in my videos, the developer changes things all the time. I cannot keep up with all of it. I can only speak for District 10 or basically anything south of 466. I pretty much know how things are. But even when you get up to the older section where Spanish Springs is at, things up there is even a little different than it is here. And down at Fenny, things are even different. So we're heading back toward the front where Fenny's at. You can recognize it by all the Spanish oaks here. And I want to say now, before the end of the video, the second part of this video, I'm trying to keep them down to 8 to 15 minutes, will be the village of Marsh Bend. I think, matter of fact, it'll say on this video, toward the end, that we're heading to Marsh Bend. Yeah, we're leaving Fenny right here. Like I say, you can tell by all the Spanish oaks and landscaping. That's where their regional rec center is right there in front. And while you're in there, if you're in there in the daytime, you go in that front door over to your right, so you can pick yourself up a nice cappuccino or a latte or just a simple cup of coffee at their little coffee bar there. That's 468. And that's the same thing as Morris Boulevard. Same thing. And we're going to turn right, and you're going to go down this road, and Marsh Bend will be down here on our left. So, until I see you guys the next time, here right now, I'm just going to say, I'll see you on the other side.